Hi, this is Jeremy Moskowitz, Group Policy MVP and founder of PolicyPak Software. In this video, we're going to learn how to use PolicyPak to manage FileZilla. Hey, so I've already got FileZilla on my target computer, and I'm just a regular user here. As you can see, I'm logged on as a guy called EastSalesUser4. If we open up the application here and look at our configuration options, we can see a lot of settings for this application. If I were to go to some of these tab sections, such as FTP, I'd want to make sure that passive is always selected. In fact, if we're doing active FTP, I'd want to limit the application to a small window of ports that my firewall wasn't, so wide open. I certainly wouldn't want my users to mess with any of these proxy settings, which could really mess their day up. Anyway, like a lot of other applications, I also want to take away the ability of my users to perform their own updates or possibly install crazy beta versions. So I definitely would want to configure the Update Checks tab settings. So let's go over and see how we would manage these settings quickly using PolicyPak. I'll go ahead and switch over to my management station computer. We'll go ahead, right-click over our East Sales users, create a GPO, and we'll call it Lockdown FileZilla. So this GPO is now associated with our East Sales users. I'll right-click over it, click Edit, and dive down under User Configuration, PolicyPak Applications, New Application. There it is, PolicyPak for FileZilla, along with a lot of our other application packs like Java, Flash, Firefox, Link, and a bunch of others. So let's go to FTP and enforce the passive settings by clicking Active and then Passive. Notice how as soon as I swapped radio buttons that the text becomes underlined, and that means the settings value is going to be delivered to the user. I'll then go to FTP Proxy and make sure that None is selected. If I then go to right-click on this setting and choose Disable the corresponding control in the target application, that will deny your users the ability to modify the setting because they simply won't be able to access it. Let's then go to Generic Proxy and choose None, but this time let's go one step further. Let's hide the setting completely by right-clicking the setting and selecting Hide the corresponding control in the target application. Finally, let's go to Update Checks and make sure that Enable Automatic Update Check is always unchecked. Let's also uncheck Check for beta versions and release candidates. And let's also just hide it completely as well. So let's go back to my client machine. I'll get a command prompt and I'll run GP update. Now you could envision the user logging on for the first time using a terminal services or a Citrix machine, using a VDI session, changing job roles, or getting a new computer. Because as soon as they do any of these things, PolicyPak delivers these settings. We just happen to be using GP update right now. So now that that's done, let's reopen the application after the settings are delivered using PolicyPak. As you can see, when we visit the various tabs where we applied our settings, all of your desired configurations have been delivered. As you see, the proxy tabs are both either disabled or not visible whatsoever. The same is true for the hidden update checks. PolicyPak to the rescue. Your IT and security settings that you need are now delivered to FileZilla. Remember, you can use group policy, or you can use your own systems management tool like SCCM, Landesk, Case, or anything else and deploy PolicyPak directives. We just happen to be using group policy in these examples. That is how incredibly easy it is for you to use PolicyPak to manage and lock down FileZilla and tons of other desktop applications. So if you're looking for a trial of PolicyPak, just click on the webinar download button on the right. Thanks so much for watching, and get in touch with us if you're looking to get started. Talk to you soon.